going? It's Mandy, and today I kind of figured that, I know that I haven't really covered a lot of paranormal, creepy things recently, and I kind of wanted to jump back into it and do a video for you guys because I know you guys really enjoy the creepy paranormal stuff. So just to take a break from all of my other videos, I wanted to do something different today that is more on this creepy paranormal side, because I like to space out my story times and my, more serious videos and my funny videos, and kind of put in a little bit of that paranormal video in between all of that stuff so that there's a variety of things, but I kind of miss doing some stuff like this, so I thought today would be the great day to do some paranormal haunted doll research. And instead of doing it on Kijiji or eBay, I decided to go on Etsy and see what I could find. So let's start. The first one, her name is Nora, and it says highly active, not for beginners, very haunted. She's pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie. Just those eyes freak me out a lot. It's the eyes, I think, and her hands are a little creepy. But I'll read to you the description. Nora is very unsettling. Nora is not a toy for kids and isn't a haunted doll for beginners. She is pretty scary to say the least. Someone has messaged me to take her and told me that their family was terrified of her. This doll was a family heirloom and passed down. The family told me that they had experienced an old woman cackling and a dark shadow behind their bed that looked like an old hunched over woman. Woo! With grayish long hair, which was wearing a cloak, very filthy and torn clothing. She smelled of rotten meat. They said this figure would terrify their children and attack their pet as well as the adults. When I heard that, I was a little hesitant to take her, but with my profession and gift, I'm committed to helping others in need. So I took her to my home with caution, and sure enough, the energy changed right away. Everyone could feel the energy shift. It was dark, depressing. We felt as if someone is lurking around the corners and about to jump at you. We have put salt around her to no avail. All I could hear over and over was the cackle of an old woman that went through and through. I'm not sure if she means harm, but I would be extremely cautious with her. Nora is not a very nice person, was not in life, and is not in death. That's not a good sign. I got that she was terrifying to children and adults alike. They called her the town witch, and not in a good way. Not much else is known about her, and I'd rather not find out, as that means I have to communicate with her. That's something I don't do, as I stay away from negative and demonic entities for the sake of my kids. This vessel is from 1910, so very fragile as well, but it is in great condition for being 100 years old. Okay, that is probably one of the scariest descriptions I've ever read before for a haunted doll. Just the idea of a cackling old hunched over woman in the dark beside your bed. Oh my gosh. I can't even dwell on this because it's gonna freak me out. So let's move on. Okay, very, very creepy. Ooh, this one's creepy. It says, warning, haunted doll, multiple entities, reads minds, creepy. She's going for $93. And the other one, sorry, Nora, I didn't say, she's going for $192. So the description for this one is kind of long. This is a very old composition doll with sleepy eyes and real human hair. The paint on her face has been chipping off due to age and environment. It appears she had been repainted at one time, and the original paint seems to be intact. She displays crazing and signs of wear throughout. Her body is soft filled fabric, including her red booty-covered feet, but hands are hard composition in likewise used condition. Her arms appear too short for her body, given her and distinctly odd appearance. Her head appears to have real human hair glued on. Does not look like animal hair to me, but I cannot be 100% sure, but is not synthetic. Like someone cut some hair off a child's head and glued it on the doll. Bizarre. I do not have the history of this doll, so I do not know if it was used for some kind of ritual, or I also have not addressed with her with whether one of the spiritual presences of the doll is associated with the hair. There is a triangle marker's mark on the back of her neck. I cannot make out any letters or numbers. Infrared photos indicate a halo around her head, indicating energy presence. In another infrared shot taken in a completely dark room, a few tiny orbs were noted, with an especially noticeable small bright orb on her face. No flash was used, so it was not light from the flash reflecting off dust. This doll came to me from a small town in rural Nebraska and just had the look I search for that indicates activity, not your average doll. But I've been working with her for nearly a month and have noted the following. This doll did not spike my EMF detector with high readings, yet she has shown distinct activity. In later conversations, she indicated she did not like the electronics or technology. This was further seen as electronic mechanical objects tend to malfunction around her, including digital cameras, SD cards, batteries drain from 90 to 0 in a few minutes, lights flicker or won't work, etc. When assembling a simple lamp base in the room with her, the last piece seized for some reason. No one could budge it on or off, so it remains as is while all the pieces went on without issue. She seems to prefer darkness. Conversations may do better using non-mechanical, which means as a pendulum or speaking board, though I personally do not feel comfortable with using such devices. Low light environments, i.e. candlelight, seems to be her preference. This doll indicated being a vessel for several entities. Names were provided, though I just feel he or she is not being fully honest or forthcoming for whatever reason. When asked for her name, she usually gives a different name as though either playing a game, teasing, or being evasive. Intuitively, I feel it may be the latter. However, she did identify Veronica twice and sometimes seemed to refer to herself as V. Though I also know someone by a similar name and is nicknamed V, so I don't know if she may be referring to that individual or herself. When sitting on a shelf in my crafts room, she elicited a feeling as though watching me and anyone else who came into the room. Very eerie. Like when someone is looking over your shoulder, she had to be placed in a container as I had difficulty focusing on my projects with her staring as she does. Just gives off a creepy vibe. She seems more talkative/active with her red hooded cape off. Also, there's a straight pin stuck in one leg. I do not know why. I decided to leave it there. Ugh. This doll is not pleasant to deal with as she seems to read your mind. In conversing with her via paratext, she revealed specific names of my family members and things I was reflecting on this morning to myself. Very specific, very intrusive, and I do not like this. So if you are wanting to keep your thoughts private, this is not the doll for you. I also believe this is a bit threatening in that she seems to enter your mind, so beware. To better test her reaction to current environment and events, I tried playing a trick on her and she called me out on it, reciting exactly what I had done. She proved to me she is legit. Test. In using Paratech, the doll brought up the number 6. I then took 3 photos of the number, stopping and waiting before each shot. I then asked her if she was referring to 666, and she said, "You stopped." Photos of all conversations were available on request. You can note the time to see the progression of the conversation's timing. Conversations stopped when she said something very personal in nature that I found very offensive and invasive. She seems to like to taunt and refer herself as malevolent. This doll is pretty active, but I am unsure if she is truly benign or malevolent, though she did refer to herself as the latter. Her tendency to stare right through you feels threatening to me, so I would not recommend her for someone wanting more friendly, gentle companion. I do not know if there is a demonic presence, but I advise you to assume there is and to be especially cautious. I would advise keeping this doll contained and taking appropriate precautions when handling. And This is getting creepy. Keep hearing a really weird sound. I don't like it. Okay, well, that was a lot. Really, really, really creepy. I don't like the whole hair situation. Ooh, now that I know the backstory on what the hair is and where, like, how it looks like it's human hair or animal hair and it's just been glued on, like, that freaks me out so much. Okay, moving on. This is like making me nervous. So this one is titled Haunted Jealous Doll. It's going for $34. And it has a really weird look on its face, like it looks stressed out. This is the description. Up for sale is a doll I ran across at the resale shop about 6 months ago. I bought her for my 11-year-old daughter as she collects porcelains. About a week after having her, my daughter started having nightmares and was afraid of her room. I appeased her and changed rooms with her. Within 2 days, she was sleeping on the couch again, complaining of hearing noises and feeling afraid, along with the vivid nightmares again. I placed her on a shelf in my room, only to notice that I would wake up and find some of my dolls had been knocked off. One of my babies actually broke because of the fall. I believe she is jealous and for some unknown reason unhappy. I believe she would be better off with a new adoptive family. This, in my opinion, is not a child's toy, as you can see. The picture, she seems to be staring right at you with very deep eyes. To me, I get a true sense of till waters run deep. Yeah, she definitely has like a stressed out, jealous look on her face. I guess she just needs all the attention. So somebody that like could give their doll all the attention in the world and take them places and talk to them and whatever, that kind of thing would be the best for her, I guess. This doll is titled Eddie, Asylum Patient Caution Haunted. It's going for $192. This doll is absolutely terrifying. I do not like it at all. It's creepy as hell. This is the description. Eddie is an asylum patient from Ohio. He is 31 years old and has been tortured in that place for years. He died in 1937 due to negligence. He was a schizophrenia patient there. His family brought him there when he was 18, and instead of helping him, they chained him to a bed for many years to where he couldn't walk in the end. He is a bit much for me to handle, to be honest. He is very active and is stirring the pots, so to say. There are screams heard with him, then some inhuman sounds coming from him, almost like barking and growling. Then he has been affecting moods as to people losing temper, irritation, and just overall feeling unwell. He might need to be contained by someone who has experience with this, but he is definitely not a first-time haunted doll and shouldn't be around children as he is very unpredictable. He does throw items off shelves and knocks things over, so beware of that with him. This doll actually belonged to someone there at the asylum and was sold and moved quite a few times before someone sent him to me. I will try to find some outfits for my non-dress vessels if possible. His vessel is over 100 years old and is still in very good shape, as you can see. I feel bad for that guy. So we've got two more here. This next one, her name is Zara, and it says a bit much for my kids, haunted, and it runs for $86. This one is definitely one of the nicer looking ones of our bunch today, that's for sure. And the description is, Zara is a very rambunctious 12-year-old that has way too much fun showing herself and causing all kinds of mischief, like spooking the kids and throwing items off surfaces, also manipulating electronics. She doesn't do it to hurt anyone or to be mean. She just has too much energy, maybe ADHD. She just never stops. She likes attention and doesn't seem to think about what it does to other people, which could be a bit frightening to kids. She needs boundaries and to be set in place. She is from Wisconsin. Oh my god, why can't I speak? Wisconsin, and lived in the late 1800s. So this seems the nicer of them, but to be honest, I don't know. Some people love this whole haunted doll thing, but it just freaks me the hell out. I don't want to see any ghosts. I don't want to be jumpy all day because things are falling and things are being thrown and there's ghosts running around and yelling and screaming and all that. Like, I don't know what's appealing to people about that, but it's interesting to read. And last but not least, Rosie the Haunted Doll, Mystery Haunted Doll, and it's going for $66. This one is definitely creepy. Those eyes and that smile, I don't like. This is the description. This is Rosie the Haunted Doll that was mysteriously sent to me from an anonymous individual with a typed letter. The letter has randomly disappeared. However, I do have photos of Rosie and the letter above. I haven't had Rosie in my home for that long, but I have done research on her, such as the spirit box and other tests. She is a sad soul, but not mean or harmful. Something terrible happened to her, and she's still not over it. Her energy is very obvious, but not too heavy to the point where she is unbearable. The letter basically stated that this individual had a friend that had this doll and put the spirit inside of the doll, which I am totally and completely against. My aunt, who has had over 20 years of paranormal experience, and me, over 3 years, have tried to set Rosie free to be at peace, but it seems that she is adamant about staying right where she is. The letter also states that the individual had bought the doll from their friend and had it for a while, then saying it was all too much, and then Rosie appeared in a box with my address on it with no return address. You can read the letter above. I have tried so hard to find the letter. I kept it right on Rosie's lap the whole time. I come home one day and it's nowhere to be found. I made sure my fiance didn't accidentally throw it away, but he wasn't even in town when this occurred. And I had to be sure my dog didn't somehow get a hold of it, even though Rosie was placed on a very high bookshelf and my dog doesn't just chew things up. To this day, I still look for the letter, kind of having a feeling that Rosie is playing a game. It never resurfaced. I will send it to you immediately. If it ever resurfaces, I will send it to you immediately. I want to rehome Rosie to give someone out there the chance to figure her out, to dig, to have those paranormal investigator dreams inside of you to come true. Because for me, as an investigator, I love digging for answers and researching, almost like an FBI agent. It's in my blood. I mean, what's seriously creepy about it is the fact that somebody just mailed it to her randomly. Like, why? That's so weird. Like, why her, and why just like, it's just creepy to me. Like, strange that someone would just mail this. And if you received something like this, why would you keep it? Like, get the hell rid of it. I don't know. That stuff freaks me out. But at the same time, yeah, I do feel bad for spirits. I feel bad for sad souls, lost souls, and we do need people in this world to help set them free, show them the light, that kind of thing. But girl, that is not me. I do not want haunted dolls in my house, and I'm sure Luca does not either. But anyways, guys, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, let me know. I'll do more of them. So give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because I do make videos every week. The song of the day that I'm absolutely loving right now, it's so relaxing, and I listen to it when I put my makeup on and everything. It's called Best Part featuring Her by Daniel Caesar. I love it. Give it a listen, and yeah, I love you guys. Bye!